From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. The Sooner men's basketball team riding a big wave right now, coming off of that Bedlam win on Monday night down at the Lloyd Noble Center. Ryan Aber joins us on the phone. And Ryan, obviously, Sooners now sitting in second place in the Big 12. Lots of buzz about what Lon Kruger and these guys are doing right now. The big thing coming out of that game that was impressive was to get that kind of a win and not have some of your best offensive players doing what they do. How were the Sooners able to do that?
Well, they're able to do it by getting contributions from guys that we haven't seen contribute as much this year. They had the great bench play out of Tyler Neal and DJ Bennett, especially in the first half when they needed it, and were able to get some offense from freshman point guard Jordan Woodard, who's done a lot of facilitating of others' offense and got to the line himself. But he hit 3 3-pointers and really kept this offense going with Cameron Clark and Buddy Hield not clicking offensively quite like they had for most of the year.
Well, and that's not something that's normal. Usually one of those guys gets going. No cause for concern there in your mind that both of them had off nights, right?
No, absolutely not. Clark has been a guy who's run a little bit hot and cold, and he was able to sit on the bench for long stretches of time because of the minutes that Tyler Neal especially was giving him. And then Buddy Hield, not a great shooting night, 4 of 12, over 3 from behind the three-point line. But he did a lot of the facilitating that Woodard normally does with 4 assists of his own. So he was making things happen, just not for himself offensively.
Now, as you look ahead, the Sooners sort of now establishing themselves as a team to be reckoned with in the Big 12. Now they got to take the show on the road. Saturday they go to Iowa State. Always a tough place to play there at Hilton Coliseum. Next Wednesday they go to West Virginia, a place that has tripped up some teams. Your thoughts as they have these 2 road games coming up on their schedule?
Well, I think going into this 2-game road stretch, they feel like they need to split these. And I think certainly they'd love to sweep them, but that's unrealistic with Iowa State as good as they are. And obviously OU was able to beat them a couple weeks ago at their place when Iowa State was undefeated, although the Sooners do create some matchup issues for the Cyclones. And then West Virginia with Bob Huggins is always a tough place to play. It's a different travel situation because of how far it is outside of the normal Big 12 footprint. And a couple of guys that I talked to yesterday said that was one of their toughest road environments that they played in last year. So they need to go into this 2-game stretch thinking they can pull off a split, and that would still keep them in great position in the Big 12 as far as finishing second or third.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.